what's my take on parenting in the digital world? How do you remain balanced as well as helping manage the activities of young children? So I'm a little bit different from other parents, and what I'm going to say right now is kind of controversial. I think that video games are good for kids in moderation, and I say that because it's a little bit different now, because the way that kids socialize with each other is using video games. Of course, I don't let them play, really, really bad games like Red Dead Revolver 2, which I'm hooked on right now. Red Dead Redemption 2, it's so good, by the way. Made by the owners of GTA, by the way. But no, I let my kids play a little bit every day because they socialize using Fortnite with their friends. That's just how they socialize. And not letting your kids play a little bit of video games or use a little bit of technology is hurting them, because in the future, obviously, this stuff is going to be much more relevant than it is today. And trying to make our kids live the way we lived is not fair. I won't make my kids go to a library. At libraries when I was a kid, I had to pay 25 cents to use a microfiche to print out articles. They can just use Wikipedia or Google, that sort of thing. And so I think technology is good for kids. What we do, though, is this. When we go out to dinner, all of us have to put these things down on the table and we stack them. And that way we can spend more time with each other. So I got distracted there. These things are bad sometimes. I also have something called Life 360. Where I can kind of track my kids and whatnot, which is great. It's a good thing. And it's interesting because the number of abductions actually has gone down a lot because of technology, because of GPS. And so I think that, if you can help your kids buy these things or encourage them to buy them, whatever, I think that's a good thing. And so I actually think that technology is very good for them. But I am mindful of little things too, like when my kids text, and when you text, everyone's posture is going to be horrific if we're not careful. Mine's kind of getting a little bit bad. Pretend you have a grapefruit or a cricket ball or something under your chin, and that will keep you upright, especially when your kids, because when they're developing, if they become kind of hunched over or whatever when they're growing, it's tough to reverse that later in life. So I think it's actually good for kids to use technology. And today's vlog, which is going to automatically be released at 11 a.m. My time, talks about why we all need to have younger mentors. We need to be mentored by younger people. And I won't ruin it for you, but I'll just mention two quick things from that. Number one, kids are much more positive than older generation because they don't, I remember as a kid, I'd always be around the TV. My parents would be watching 60 Minutes, and I'd hear all the negative things in the world. My kids, and most kids don't watch TV anymore. Sometimes they just go to the room by themselves or outside, whatever, and they'll watch YouTube. And YouTube's very positive. And I know it seems crazy, like a lot of these successful YouTubers don't really teach them anything. They're just happy-go-lucky people doing crazy things. Well, that's actually not bad because it fosters a positive attitude, right? So younger people aren't as negative as older people because younger people don't watch the news. Now, it's important to be up to date on global issues that are important and to vote and all that stuff. But I love the younger generation, how they pick their own media. And they kind of have their own digital sound blocking room technology to block out or to Heisman all the negative stuff out there in the world. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Sorry if I rambled on with that answer, but that's what I say with my kids when it comes to technology. But I will say also, we have screen time and we try to limit certain things. And of course, I block out rated M stuff and R stuff for my youngest one and the others as well. But they're going to find it anyway. I mean, you try to protect your kids as much as you can, but just we have to realize that they're going to get access to whatever that stuff is somehow. It's okay. I'll talk about people I knew growing up. When they used to go into variety stores or bookstores or whatever it was, and there were certain magazines up high, they might have, I don't know, gotten Sports Illustrated and put the other magazine inside. They can still get access to it. I had a lot of tall friends growing up that did that, not me.